Welcome. In this video I wanted to quickly talk about what happens when you're in the exam time, because it is, well, not the nicest time of the year to be in, and especially when you're a student, you already don't have any kind of free time. Weekends are not weekends because you have to study, or you have to work for an assignment, or you have to, I don't know, be in some kind of block appointment or something. But when exams come, it just becomes next level, because you know, you have like these 2-3 different exams, or maybe like for me it's 3 exams this time, and once those exams are done, you will be fine, but you just don't understand when they will be done. With me, a new phenomena started happening, and it never happened before, never during the time of 11th, 12th, IIT, JEE, AIEEE, or like even bachelors. It just never happened. But just from last semester, I started getting nightmares during the time of exams. This means I'm sleeping and all of a sudden, maybe I'm in a dream where I'm actually just walking, and then all of a sudden stairs appear and I'm falling down the stairs, and like the whole body shakes like this, and then you wake up. So like that happens. Then the second nightmare actually, which happened just last night, which was I'm actually flying in an airplane and I'm just crashing down because, well, I have no idea why this is happening. The reason that I'm able to kind of like figure it out was because as soon as the exam times are over, I'm like completely fine again. No nightmares, sleeping like a baby, not a problem at all. But still, the time the exams are still going on, these kind of like nightmares, like uncomfortable dreams keep on happening quite a lot. And also because these 3 are my last exam, I really hope to God that these are the last exams, I also could use this opportunity to make a video about like giving tips about exam stresses, because once the masters is done, I would never be able to do it again. So let's jump right into it. The first one is printing out calendars, and this is really important. I did it here. So for example, Alina printed out the calendars for July and August for me, and even for September. Well, 15 September is the submission deadline for my master thesis, right? So like then on these calendars, I just cross the days where something really important is happening, and sometimes I also get creative and like highlight those things with red or like with blue or green. And just doing this one thing, like having the calendar in your hand and like being able to cross out days, and like being physically able to see how many days you have left in a more quantifiable way, that you can see like, hey, these many blocks is left, and like this is when the exam is happening. It just helps a lot. It helps you a lot in organizing and just seeing like what kind of things you have to give priority to. So the second point that I want to share is like organizing the syllabus. This is very important for me. What I do is, because in Germany we get the PDFs of different kind of presentations that the professors teach throughout the semester, what I do is like in Mac, like it's very easy to like just put all of the PDFs in one place and, you know, just like save it as a new file. So that's what I always do. So the first thing that I do when I start like looking for, you know, just organizational stuff is putting all of the reading material in one single PDF, so that I know that I only have to use this one PDF. I put that on Google Drive, and then I'm able to access it from my iPad, from my iPhone, and from the iMac or MacBook, so that whenever I'm in some kind of different kind of location, I can just log into the Google Drive and I can like access that and I can read that. Like it just makes things way more easier rather than having a physical copy with you all the time. So do that, that's really important. And as soon as you realize some parts of the syllabus or like some pages of the presentation might not be so relevant, like maybe they're talking about an example which is too lengthy and you know that this wouldn't come in the exam, you can just remove them. So this is also how you reduce the number of pages you're reading, you reduce the number of, you know, information that is going in your head. And especially true when it's like the last days. Again, for me it's like, what, 12 days now? No, yeah, 12 days now to the exam. So of course, like you have to be very fast and you have to be way more efficient in just organizing all of these different things. Then afterwards, the third point is writing on the PDF. So instead of making like notes all the time or like writing on some other pieces of paper, especially in the early stages of preparation, it is rather beneficial that you write on the PDF itself. So like whenever you are having some kind of thoughts, like a PDF, you can like just zoom in and then afterwards write in that space. That's what I do. Like I use this Apple Pencil for these kind of things, or like any kind of stylus for that matter. If you're using other tablets, just like use them so that you're able to just write your thoughts about that particular page or that particular like slide of the presentation on the same page. It just makes it easier for your brain to just like gather all the information, just like put it in more relatable way in like compartments of your brain. Then the fourth point is sleeping less and taking power naps. Like this is something that I found like really beneficial. So for example, this is how the first few days of my exam preparation will look like. I'm going to sleep like normally, so like 5-6 hours, fine. I will like wake up, I'll study, then afterwards in the day maybe I'll take a nap for 1 hour or half an hour, it really depends. But towards the last days, it goes absolute nuts. So like I wouldn't sleep, so like I cannot sleep because the exam is up. So then I will just sleep for maybe like 2-3 hours. From 12 till 3 I will sleep, then at 3 I will wake up, I will start studying again. Because my university is like 70 minutes away from home, so I have to like leave the house at 6:30 so that I'm able to actually reach there in time, 20 minutes before. Yeah, so like at 8 maybe the exam starts, at 6:30 I have to leave, so like that kind of margin I also have to take. So like I have these 3.5 hours in the morning to just revise everything very quickly and just have the major points of the entire like subject in my mind. And the night before I always like do some kind of like numericals or some kind of like, you know, calculations and stuff if that's what's coming in the exam. The thing is, you only have 24 hours in a day. So either you can spend time making YouTube videos or responding to emails or responding to comments in the Facebook group or like taking live sessions for your big academy. You have to take time out somewhere, and like I generally like to take it out from the sleep and just like taking some power naps in the middle so that, you know, you're still not feeling like a zombie through the entire day. Fifth point is making notes and cards. Like yes, I've said that it's better to write in the PDF, but this is for the later stages when you already know that things are settling in your head. Then you can just maybe use an online tool, I don't know, like flashcards or something. Then you can put all of the information there. So for example, what are the functions of an investment project? Then that's that, and then afterwards on the flip side you will write the different functions and stuff like that. Now, so like this is a nice way to organize, or some simple cards like these. So like these are the cards which I use. So Alina bought them, a lot of them, when she was studying, and I was never in a habit of using cards in India because you just don't use things like these. So yeah, afterwards like I started using these cards and stuff, and it just helps you organize things better. So like you can use either physical cards or online cards, whatever fits the best to you, but it is a really nice way to go through the entire information very quickly again. The sixth point is changing perspective. So whenever you get bored of studying in one kind of place, so for example, when I get bored here, I'll go to the sofa. If I get bored on the sofa, I go to the bedroom. And now because I have gotten numb from all of these like different changes of perspectives, I will be going to the university, so from tomorrow onwards, and see how much more productive I'm able to be there. So like in general, like universities, I found out it's like really the most efficient way to learn, because it's just like you cannot do anything other than learning in that place. Like yes, you can watch some movies and stuff, but then you feel bad because you see everybody else like studying. So universities are in general a nice way if you have to like really focus yourself only on studying. In home you can still get distracted, but if you do not have an option, like maybe you have to stay at home, you cannot go out, maybe you have pets or something, then it's always important to have different kind of perspectives. Well, reading from an iMac, then reading from your MacBook, then reading from your iPhone or something, then reading from your iPad, like whatever kind of different devices you have. Like I always use different things whenever I'm getting bored, and it just helps me to not feel bored and just like study those things over and over again. Then the seventh point is writing down your fears, and I think this is extremely important. Like as soon as you put anything that is in your brain into like the physical world, the things just become easier, the things just become different. So as soon as I write down my fears, like, you know, I'm scared that if I do this is going to happen, or like I'm scared that I'm going to fail in the exam, I'm scared that I will land into a third attempt or something, then you already realize that hey, these are the kind of fears that I'm struggling with. And as soon as you write them down, you also have a better understanding that these kind of fears are not going to kill you. Which brings me to the eighth point, that no matter what happens in your life, no matter how screwed up you write your exam, no matter how fucked up the entire situation gets, you will not die. And this actually helps me a lot in gaining focus and just working on things again, because many a times the exam stress or any kind of like other stress that you're having, it might lead you subconsciously into believing that if this thing does not get done properly, then yeah, then your life is done there. You actually feel like that. Like many a times it happens, at least to me it happens a lot, that you know, if I have a project coming up and it's not like getting done in exactly the way I want it to be, then it's just like, you know, what I'm going to do afterwards. And at those times for me it is very important to stop and say, hey, even if it screws up, it is fine. Whenever things don't go your way, you always still have different kind of options to just improve your entire situation. And trust me, like there's always a way. And also the thing is, as long as you're putting out some amount of time for these specific things and you're being very honest to yourself, you wouldn't fail, because like pretty much being honest to yourself in whatever you're doing is the biggest guidance that you can get in order to succeed whatever goal you're having. So these were just some quick tips that I wanted to mention on how I'm going to use these 8 points on reducing the exam stress that I'm facing. And this is pretty much, holy shit, yeah, from my experience of 7 years of studying. 4 years of civil engineering, 1 year again of civil engineering. I didn't like it. Then I shifted to international management engineering, and now here I just have 3 subjects left and 1 master thesis. As soon as that's done, man, it's all the way to the PhD. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, if you want to sit down and talk to me, you can always book these online appointments with me. It's like an easy and handy way to just sit down and discuss whatever kind of problems you're facing. Otherwise, if you are actually in India or you are looking forward to studying in Germany, you have my complete course for studying in Germany, to which you can enroll to. And the best thing in this course is I take you from the very moment you think about studying in Germany and help you all the way till you're done with your masters in Germany. And I do that because I just pretty much love my customers, I love my students, and this is my commitment to them. Alright then, thanks a lot for watching. There will be some videos coming up for blocked account and health insurance with Expatrio. Keep an eye out for that, and I will see you in some other video. Bye.